What's going on, guys? So we still have the new Hopeness Lab. If you missed the video of last time, they just added in a bunch of new characters for the new month. It's still September, but hey, whatever. I'll take it early, so no problem. But in any case, we are doing Scarlet Siren today. If it's your first time watching these Hopeness Lab videos, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully you learn something. I have a slew of them, so you can go through the channel and look. Oh my God, I need what is Dawn's best abilities or whatever. Go ahead, go through my channel. I will have those videos up. So in any case, we're working on Scarlet Siren. I need to unlock her. I will roll for her in this video. You'll see how many crystals I use. You'll see the best abilities. So stay tuned and enjoy. Okay, let's get into it. So again, Scarlet Siren is what I'm performing for today. The rest of the heroes in the pool, pretty doo-doo. Commissar, terrible. Wanderer, terrible. Rose, really bad. Maybe a step above terrible, but horrible. if that works. In any case, first you have to unlock Scarlet Siren, meaning you need all of her abilities unlocked. Abilities 1 through 8 completely unlocked, and then you need a Season X medal, a spare Season X medal to spend. What I would say is, if you obviously I have a lot of medals here just because we use a lot of super tickets, but for a lot of people they're not going to have as many medals, and you guys might be struggling with medals. If that is the case, I'm not going to say don't split some of your Season X heroes. Maybe it's up to you if you want to. So like Wanderer, for example, maybe it's okay to split him. It's up to you, really, though. Sometimes some of these heroes, like Hunk, for example, was horrible. And then when Predator got released, he was, top of the meta. So it is possible that some of these heroes will come back, into the meta. I don't believe Wanderer will ever come back unless they completely rework him or like fix them. Same with like Lone Wolf, for example. So yeah, take it as you will. In any case, I have more than enough medals. So yeah, I'm just going to use the universal one, and that is the one that we got back from spending a lot of medals. Previously, you had to spend like 3 or something for every Season X, and then they changed it to 1, so they gave us a bunch of those back. All right, so in my last Tech Priestess video where I actually rolled for it, I'm going to be doing the exact same thing. What I'd recommend first is set up your preferences properly. So the preferences are basically advanced abilities that you want to get more often. So set those up first, because even in normal mode rolls, tongue twister, you can get advanced abilities. So you might as well set it up. It's very unlikely, but you might as well. So basically, whenever you want to look at what you want for these heroes, you need to look at what they do. So Scarlet Siren basically just does a lot of damage, and she does some CC, but for the most part, it's damage, right? She burns people as well, which is a pretty good, significant synergy, but it's essentially damage and some CC. So the one other thing you want to look at is the skill percentages. So in this case, this is 100% of the time it's a prep skill, meaning it happens at round 0. This combat skill is 100% trigger chance, and her 5th ability is a 40% trigger chance with a 1-turn preparation. So keep that in mind when you're doing kind of these advanced rolls. All right, so with that said, let's go down and check out my Scarlet Siren. Our preferences that we actually want are going to be, damage based, obviously, so she can increase her damage. But also, we have that 1-turn prep, so Hourglass is a solid option. We also have a 40% chance, so Lucky 5 is also a decent option. Other than that, though, yeah, obviously damage is going to be, a really good option. So some of the best damage abilities. There's a flame ability that I actually don't have, Fire Punch, and I might unlock that, which is kind of annoying that I don't have it, so I can't select it, but it's fine. It's basically Toxic Erosion, but for fire damage, so it's whatever. In any case, again, skip Lucky 2, skip Lucky 8. The reasons are it's not applicable to her. Anyway, Toxic Erosion, you won't even ever get it. Strike Combo, skip. Leadership, skip. A lot of people really love it. Leadership, I've talked about it before, but it's not as good of an ability as it might seem on paper. Skip Insight, skip Enhanced Counterattack, skip Enhanced Splash Damage. You can even get these. Skip Self-Defense Instinct. Temporary Preparedness is a really, really good ability. Should be up at the top, especially because Scarlet Siren is generally your front row hero, so having healing her is always great. And as I say, oftentimes heals do impact damage. So if you have more troops, you deal more damage. It's not an enormous amount, but it does exist. So healing is certainly a good option. Efficient Treatment is also going to be generally a solid option, depending on the combos that you're running with. Siren generally always runs with like Dawn, for example. So if that is the case, Efficient Treatment is going to be a pretty good option for you. Tactical Conversion is okay. It's never an amazing option because you are losing some normal attack damage, but you are gaining that skill damage. However, generally I don't consider it one of the top preferences. Power Conversion is usually always pretty bad. Greed is a solid option. She's going to do about 75,000 damage a game. So especially if you have gold, you'll get like 20% of that damage. You'll heal for 20% of that damage. It's not literally 20% of the damage. Yes, percentages, I know that's what I just said, but percentages in this game are very, very weird. They're not like multiplicative percentages. They're generally additive percentages. So Restore is a weird version. Anyway, you're going to heal a lot of damage, or you're going to heal a lot because she does solid damage. So Greed is definitely a really, really good option. And like I said, healing turns into damage at the end of the day. Hourglass, great option because of her fifth ability. Her fifth ability is really important. So being able to skip that prep is going to be very, very solid. It also works really, really well with Flare as well. So especially if you're running her with Flare, Hourglass is going to be a great option for you. Or Lucky 5. Surprise Attack, whatever. It's fine. It exists. She does CC. Scorpion does CC. It's fine. It's not going to be one of the best, but certainly you can take it and it's going to be okay. If she CC'd like the entire enemy squad, then it'd be pretty good, but yeah. Compared is a terrible option. Distance Strike is generally not the most amazing option because you're running her in the front row usually. I guess with Flare, sometimes you're going to run her in the middle or in the back, but Distance Strike, yeah, you can probably skip. It's not going to be terrible, though. If you get a gold Distance Strike, whatever. Potential Unleash is a really good option for her, especially because she's usually in the front row. At least with Scorpion, she's always in the front row, and usually she does go below 50%, so Potential Unleash is a really, really good option. Back from Death's Door, skip. Full of Vigor, great option. Preemptive Strike, nope. Elite Squad, nope. Reaper's Scythe, whatever. One of those abilities that is just like, okay. It's basically Auto Strike, but slightly better depending on the situation, so it's usually not a bad option, but there are better. Defensive Attack is an interesting one, especially if you run her in the front. She's just going to take less damage, and that's fine. That works offensively as well. Endless Trial, pretty good option, especially if you're in the front. Which, like I keep iterating, oftentimes she is. So in that case, Endless Trial is a really good option. Killer Magician is always a good option no matter what. So that exists. So you kind of want to look at how are you using your Scarlet Siren. Generally, for me, I'm using her in the front row with Scorpion and Dawn, or with Flare. So Flare Scarlet Siren. No, Flare Scarlet Dawn, or whatever, Flare Dawn Siren, whatever the case may be. It's pretty much entirely in those two combos. In which case, especially with Flare, you really want more abilities, but also with Siren, with Scorpion, you want more abilities, just because they both synergize off of that. The reason why Flare synergizes is because you're going to be burning with her fifth ability. So this skipping the prep is a very, very good option for Scarlet Siren, and I will be taking that. Endless Trial is a really good option in the front. However, oftentimes people are kind of transitioning her to be used with Flare. in which case Endless Trial becomes significantly less. But I'm still going to take Endless Trial just because I still do run her with Scorpion, and I think it's a pretty interesting option. And then I'm probably going to take Greed. Greed's a really good option on any damage dealer, and especially since she sits in the front row. So that's what I'm taking here. There are plenty of options that you can run, and if you really love, I don't know, Distance Strike or whatever, you can take it. It's fine. I'm not gonna yell at you. So in any case, I run normal mode. I no longer click this checkbox, thanks to a tip from Spoon Shadows from State 96. The reason why you don't take it is when you re-roll, blues and above, you actually get decay energy. So you'll see here every time I'm doing that, I'm getting extra decay energy. So I stopped using that checkbox. In the beginning, I basically recommended people do it, or not recommended, but I used to do it just because I'm lazy, but no longer do I do that. So the recommendation that I go through is to get your first ability, just re-roll it until you get a really good gold one because it's going to be the cheapest, and then assess from there based on your spending level or your care for this hero. So before we dive too deep into it, let's talk about the advanced abilities that you're going to want on Scarlet Siren and the ones that you're going to want to re-roll on Scarlet Siren, considering gold for everything. So you definitely want Might. It's going to be like the best option you can possibly get on her. So Might all the way. Resistance is a fine option. Some people are going to hate me for saying this, but you can take resistance on any damage dealer and it's going to be fine. I'll continue to stress this, but defense is offense in this game. So staying alive. Anyway, resistance is good, so take it. HP, not as good because you generally don't have that much resistance. And that's just the way that it works. With higher resistance levels, HP becomes more better. So in any case, generally I would re-roll HP, but it's a fine option. Tactical Might is solid. I would take it, but Might is better in every circumstance. Tactical Resistance is pretty much exactly the same as Resistance, so go ahead and take it. Damage +5 is all right. I would take it in this case, but I would take Might over damage +5. Skip all the sieges, skip all the counters. If you need a deeper explanation for why, just go check out one of the other videos. I talk about it very, very regularly. Skip normal attack damage +10 on this hero. Skill damage +10 is a fine option to take. Go ahead and take it. But again, I would honestly take Might more because it does basic and skill damage. Group Might is a really good option on this hero. Group Resistance is going to be a really good option. I know what you're thinking. She's a damage dealer, but it's a really good option. Group Tactical Might and Group Resistance, great options. So she has a lot of basic ability options to run. Most offensive heroes actually have it better than defensive heroes. Most defensive heroes, you have basically 50% of them are completely eliminated. Well, like 75% are completely eliminated. So with that said, let's keep rolling. I don't check that checkbox just because I re-roll these really quick. I don't really care about blue, gold, green, whatever. So I just re-roll them pretty quickly. So I never actually pay attention. So I use that checkbox. In any case, it seems like we're having a little bit of a issue here finding our ability. I think we started about 220, maybe a little bit more. We've yet to encounter a gold, I think. Maybe, I don't know. In any case, the first one, like I said, make sure it's a gold and make sure it's a good gold, not something like normal attack damage +10 or whatever. It's not a bad gold on everybody, just not a great gold. Like vehicle counter effect, no. We're not taking that. Like in any scenario. I would take maybe even green Might over vehicle counter effect. Oh, we did get a lucky 5. One of the things that I dislike, certainly about the Hopeness Lab is if you click this too quickly, when it says, "Do you want to confirm to re-roll?" Sometimes that pop-up will appear like multiple times, in which case it'll re-roll what you had under it. It's just kind of a weird bug. I almost said feature. I am a developer. I'm a programmer, so sometimes as a programmer, will consider a bug a feature so that we don't have to fix it. So I almost did that, just barely. That is my day to day. So yes, I am not a YouTuber. I am a software engineer. People oftentimes think I'm a YouTuber or whatever, but no. So right here, see, it happened again. You could see there was a dialogue under the dialogue, so I had to exit out twice. Siege, skip, and wow, Scarlet Siren is really giving us a hard time. Boom, there we go, our first gold. Unfortunately, it's resistance plus 30. I mean, I wish it was might plus 30, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, especially in today's polymer crystal economy. I have not been buying polymer crystals for quite some time now. Quite frankly, I haven't been buying any packs for quite some time now, just in general. So yeah, I've run pretty low on polymer crystals. In any case, I'm going to get the second one gold, and then we'll see. It's definitely going to depend on your spending level, on your competitiveness level. If you're a very low spender, you don't have a lot of crystals, you can go ahead and take a gold and then start taking these purples. It's fine. Just keep in mind, when you lock in an ability, it's going to cost more polymer crystals. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, is maybe the right phrase. So wow, our Scarlet Siren is pretty unlucky. Maybe to you guys this is normal. Some of my heroes have taken Scorpion, for example, took a ton for whatever reason. Group tactical resistance, good option. Yep, definitely a good option. These are amplified by the fact that she's generally, in the front. Is that defense is even better on her when generally everybody just looks towards, might. So actually what I'm going to do now is go for the advanced mode. I have 10 rolls now, so you might as well go for the advanced rolls when you can, because you can still get really, really good options from the advanced rolls, and then you can lock it in and, go from there. So we already have our preferences set up. They stay locked in. We got green power conversions, which we don't want. Generally, the greens, for the most part, skip. Like a gold ability is better than a green. Even a really good green ability, a gold ability is actually going to be better. So Endless Trial right here, plus 3% might, stacks up to 20, so up to 60 might and 60 resistance. That's solid. However, it's not going to stack up, right away. But it's definitely a good option. I'm gonna lock it in for now and see if maybe we can get a better option. So we got purple distance strike. Some people would take that. That's fine. And it ends up being we don't actually get a better one. So we have Endless Trial here. Green group might. It's all right. Quite frankly, if I was a low spender, I would be totally fine with this. With this setup, it's going to be good enough. You don't need enormous. You don't really need the best Hopeness Lab skills. I'm going to be frank. Unless you're being a very competitive player, you need to beat. You're fully maxed everything. The only advantage is that you're going to get over another player is the Hopeness Lab. Then that's when you need to consider the Hopeness Lab as I need the best. But in general, if you have one Baneblade set and you're fighting some guy with no Baneblade set, you're going to win whether or not he has the best Hopeness Lab and you have the worst. You're likely going to win. Not the worst, but if his Hopeness Lab is great or hers, yours isn't as good, but you have a Baneblade set and he or she doesn't, you are going to win. So just keep that in mind. For me, I'm going to lock this in as it is so that the video doesn't take a million years. I will be re-rolling both of these. Like I said, blue Endless Trial is fine, and maybe I'll lock it in for now and see what we get from here. The green group might, I'm satisfied for the next day or two until I re-roll them. I'll probably re-roll it on stream. If you're not familiar with my channel, I stream every single week at Kill Event, at Reset, or an hour later, anywhere from reset to an hour after reset on Kill Event Day. So tune in. Anyway, guys, that's about it. This video took a little bit long because the polymer crystals took long. but it's okay. So that's about it, guys, for me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Hopefully you have learned something, or hopefully at least you've enjoyed. Some people watch these videos to fall asleep. If you're sleeping right now, hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful rest. I don't mind the comments that say these videos are great for sleeping. That's totally cool with me. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay having fun. Good luck on your Scarlet Siren rolls if you roll for her. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace and love.
Wake up, early mornings, late nights, hopping on a different flight. What's the meaning of life, ayy? Wake up, same-ish, different day. Make a wish, call it pray. Am I sick, am I okay, ayy? Stay up